This pretty good coverage is brought to you by Power Grip, the official retail partner of the European Pro Tour.
Hello and welcome back, disc golf enthusiasts. We are bringing you coverage of the second stop of the European Pro Tour, the 2023 Belgian Open. This is round 2 back 9 FPO lead card coverage brought to you by MDG Media. We are just south of Brussels here with some beautiful weather, some slight wind, a lot of sun. The players are ready to battle it out on this back 9, the more friendly of the 9s, excited to see how the scores turn out. I'm Connor Wood, and with me, Andrew Gum.
Pleasure to be here as always. Love this beautiful course.
I've noticed a pattern, Andrew. You and I get the most beautiful courses to cover between New Zealand and doing this one now. It's we're fortunate.
We are very lucky. Dream job for sure.
To get us started, hole 10, par 4, 175 meters. You have OB on the right side if you overturn your shot, as well as on the left if you hyzer out early. Those red flags marked a hazard area, and as you try to swing your way into this green, you have rough directly behind the basket, as well as OB to the left. If you have the power to do so, you want to throw 2 backhand hyzers. Try to stay nice and safe. Not too much reason to bite off big distance here on the tee, but very quickly overturning for Kaire there.
Oh, going.
What a crazy roll.
Woohoo!
Came all the way back in.
Wow.
That was so unlikely, but with those wild winds, yeah, I guess it somehow was able to curl all the way back down the hill and into safe position. So very unconventional shot, but an okay result for Kaire off the tee.
Laura here with a hyzer release. Nice flip up to flat, but with no turn, she is very safe. Center of the fairway. That's a great drive.
Nice control in the wind there.
Yeah, and it's funny to play the previous holes in the woods and then break back out into the open fields here. Really have to think about it and be conscious of the changing conditions with just a few seconds between the holes of 9 and 10. Anneli
the course is
right up there safe.
Such a nice balance between really tight, beautiful wooded lines and then these nice open holes as well. Park setting. Lovely, lush green fairways. Heidi leaves that one too far on the right side. And it'll be.
And that Prodigy banner right in front of her lie is the 100-meter marker, meaning she has about 105 into the green. She shapes a big hyzer. She comes up just a touch short, but a great shot to get herself up there and putting.
Yeah, she's going to have just that one small tree in her way, but see if she can find a way to get it up and in. Similar position there for Kaire.
Laura from a great spot, just blind on the basket. She is hugging that left side, and that goes directly towards an OB river. She will find a penalty stroke there. If your lie crosses OB inside the hazard area, you do not take double penalty strokes. So although she may be playing from inside the hazard, the only penalty is her OB stroke.
Yeah, that hazard new to the layout this year. Hasn't in the past been playing as one of the easier holes, so nice to add a little bit of more difficulty to it with the hazard area. Really nice upshot from Laura there.
We mentioned it in the front 9 coverage, but Laura's upshot game really dialed in. Super clean. Backhand or forehand. We see Anneli pitching up as well, just outside bullseye.
Yeah, this one averaging 4.38 today. Right there in the middle as far as difficulty. Little replay of Laura's upshot there from the catch cam angle. It was a beauty.
Anneli saving the bogey, 4 throws with 1 penalty stroke. Did her putt stick?
No, fortunately.
Oh, we heard claps and the gallery seemed very pleased with that one. Unfortunate, as she was hitting that one for par. All 4 players card the early bogey here on this back 9. Hole 11, another one of these attackable par 3s. Only 85 meters, this fairway is sloping uphill the entire way. The important factor here is your nose angle and height, as you need to make sure to throw it high enough to not hit the hill early, but low enough to get under this tree line. As these branches loom large at about circle 2, you want to fight through them or under them to find your way up to this green, where you hope to have an unobstructed look through the trees.
Yeah, this one, low ceiling off the tee, and then a pretty tight gap up there, a nice gradual incline. Can't really see it from the tee, but it is a little bit more like slowly uphill than it seems.
I'd say it plays about 100 meters, maybe a little bit less, because if you can get over the grass and hit the dirt, you do often slide or skip up to the basket, but a lot of players opting to disc up here compared to the other 85-meter shots.
Yeah, it's nice to get a little bit more ground play, and when you have to keep it so low with the ceiling issues, it kind of helps to have a little bit more of a speedy disc for some people.
Anneli playing the traditional Heiser route, finds one of those guardians, but looks to have sat nice and close. She will be in the circle. Heidi playing the Heiser flip up the middle, looked to be a bit low out of the hand, but with a very friendly slide. She also finds herself in the circle, putting for birdie. I feel like that is the story here on hole 11. It is very forgiving. If you overturn, underturn, skip, slide, you normally tend to funnel towards the basket.
Great bid from C2 for Laura, but just hits the cage. Heidi with a pretty long look at birdie. Sails it wide right.
Anneli going through her routine here. Gonna need to find the gap through the branches. A bit of an awkward looking stroke.
Nobody able to connect on the birdie putt yet. Let's see if Kaire can do it. Yes, nice one. One of only 2 birdies on the day. Her and Jenny Larsen. Average 3.08, so I guess that's the 4th easiest hole on the course.
Definitely one that you get to the tee and you're thinking about attacking. While the 3 doesn't feel particularly bad, you always feel like it is a findable birdie. As Kaire takes the box.
Yeah, she struggled a bit on the front 9, but it's good to see her get that birdie in the bag.
Here we see another very demanding par 4 in the woods. Hole 12 is 157 meters. You have this incredibly tight tunnel shot the entire way on the left and the right rough, as well as the low ceiling. You want to throw about 100 to 105 meters through that tunnel to this bend, where you have a upshot of 50 meters around the corner. Another very fast green as usual. You can often jump putt your way up there, slide up hitting the ground a bit early. This is a really tricky one that, as we've said for many of them, you just want to survive.
Yeah, another one of those holes that can really derail your round for sure. Kaire looks a little bit high, but it kicks, I think, to the right side.
Tricky to say where she is, what line she has. Laura overturning a little bit. There is a road on the right side if you kick a tree high up and find it, but it's very rare to get all the way up the hill in the rough. The left side has OB much further away, but is much thicker and less forgiving. Anneli pewers that gap. Really nice low to the ground play. She is in the sweet spot with a look at a birdie approach.
There is also a really late Mando on the left side, but it rarely comes into play. Yeah, that was a really nice pipe job from Anneli. Heidi kicks off a right side tree over to the left, and hopefully not too deep, but certainly out of position.
I think she looked to have stuck the fairway. She'll be slightly pinched, maybe just a short upshot, but I don't think she will be too obstructed. Yeah, there is that late Mando just after the bend to the left, but it's so deep in the woods on the left that it really doesn't come into play unless you're kicking trees. There's no intentionally taken line, I think, that misses the Mando.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just a keeps people honest and just safety thing. Maybe there's that tee pad for the next hole. You don't want to see anybody trying to go over the top with a grenade or an overhand or something. And not that it would be an easy shot to execute, but it's just, I think they're just forcing the issue with the long right to left shape of the hole.
Yeah, I like how you phrased it. Keeping people honest in the fairway. Clean golf. Laura pitching the forehand back out to the fairway. We saw a great look at just how beautiful the weather was earlier. Really nice and sunny. It was about 15 to 20 degrees in the afternoon, about 10 to 15 in the mornings, and just all around great weather for golf. Round 2, as we mentioned, a little bit windier, but really pleasant scoring conditions and a great day to be out there.
Sounds wonderful.
Laura going to need to try to hold the Anheuser here. She's not quite made it to the corner.
Touchy shot, but she gets it up there pretty nicely.
Yeah, it doesn't get too aggressive. Probably quite wise.
Good spot to be. Yeah, this is another one of those holes that they've modified from last year. Backed the tee up quite a bit. Took away the double Mando. Yeah, one you just really have to hit the gap. 6, 9, and this one you have to get off the tee well, or you're gonna be in pretty bad shape usually.
Heidi playing the soft hyzer forehand. She parks it right up there inside the bullseye. Exactly what you want on that approach. Laura as well, very clean on the approaches. We can expect to see her put this close. But doesn't get the fade, and a little bit too high. Good tree to catch her there. She's in the circle. Anneli currently with a 1-stroke lead over Heidi.
No, it just catches the band. But for the bogey. Yeah, this one the second most difficult today at 5.23. So a full stroke over par on the average, and haven't seen any birdies yet.
Yeah, you touched on the fact that if you do not hit a super pure shot off the tee on a lot of these wooded par 4s, not only does par come out of play, but even bogey is tough to scramble. So
Yeah, it certainly can be. That's true.
we saw Anneli, the only one to clearly hit that gap off the tee, and as a result, she is taking a stress-free par tap in. A new addition to the course this year, another Jean-Louis construction. This triple Mando keeps you honest. On a slight downhill fairway, you have to match the ceiling imposed by this and try to fight through these last guardian trees. You have OB on the right of the fence as well as OB marking the left side after and before the Mando. This downhill green requires a soft touch as you want to slide on up. If you disc up and try to get a little bit too aggressive, you can very quickly find OB long.
Anneli on the box. That actually went through the Mando, but then ended up OB somehow. The right side.
Heidi with a really nice height as she matches that slope and settles it. She is right up there putting for birdie and almost certainly taking a stroke on Anneli.
At least one.
Kaire opting for the forehand. This hole did have a significant headwind every day, meaning that anything nose down got pushed and anything nose up went too high. Just like that, right out of the hand, you saw her with a bit of frustration getting lifted. This is about 40 meters, but given how downhill it is, the jump putt is pretty achievable.
Tough in the wind, though, to put it close.
Definitely a hole that is deceptively difficult.
Framed up beautifully with that Mando and those trees and the basket in the middle. Yeah, 75 meters downhill, you'd think it would be more attackable, but averaged at 3.54 today. Ooh, look at that. Great par putt there from Laura. See if Heidi can get herself a birdie. There's only been one so far today. Pina Väisänen again. Having a good day.
There you see a great birdie from Heidi. That is 2 strokes on the leader. She'll be flipping the script. This is Anneli for the bogey save.
Yeah, so for the first time in the event, Heidi is in the lead. With 3 strokes behind coming into this round, so making the move she needed here on moving day. Nice putt from Kaire. 46% of the field took bogey or worse on that one.
Wow. Great design to really test these players. This one as well. Hole 14, par 4, 176 meters. You need to very quickly put your disc to the right around this corner, as anything that goes more than about 60 meters off the tee quickly finds OB. You want to position yourself between that OB line and the Mando pole that we just passed, forcing you on the left side. Most players will opt for a big hyzer approach over that OB fence to the right, or a straight shot that hugs this tree line on the left as you try to settle nice and close up on the green. This one is really 2 precise placement shots. Anything that is 5 meters off your intended lie might have no upshot at all.
Well said. Just a placement shot off the tee. You can't push it too straight. You see that quite often. This is really good. A little bit up against that bench, but kind of unlucky. Can't do much about that. Otherwise, really, really great shot. Definitely shapes up nice for the righty forehand. Just got to be careful not to saw it off early or push it too straight, like I said earlier.
If it's in line with your lie, could you sit on the bench and throw your disc? Would that be a legal stance?
I think you are. You would be allowed to take place your mini up on top of it. It is like that for bridges and stuff, and I guess if you wanted to,
Not advised, but just a thought.
it would be interesting. Throw like a sit down roller.
Et du coup,
I don't want to give it away, but I always thought that there's a certain type of putt. Often you see at the final putt of a celebratory moment for the winner. They give it a bit of flair. Not uncommon. I think there's a room out there for a sit-down tap-in putt.
Oh, the wind flips that one a little bit. Yeah, yeah. But the wind took that one away. I don't speak Estonian, but I understand enough.
Heidi.
Oh, yeah, I hate to see that. Her disc actually hit the bench when she was coming through with it. It wasn't her hand, but it was just the disc's edge. And, yeah. Didn't get much distance on that shot.
But
you still save the par, though, from here.
Yeah, fortunate just to stay in bounds given that bad break.
Yeah, and to make the Mando and everything, so pretty fortunate.
And a great recovery shot as she puts herself well within the circle, putting for par.
Yeah, great up.
Laura with a good hyzer around the trees. She might be a little bit short, but certainly up there with a look to the basket. Kaire is a bit pinched. She is shaping a low hyzer. The less traditional option from there. Most players will choose to spike it over the top, but you are completely blind, and OB comes into play very quickly behind the basket, I believe about 8 meters. This is that more spiking line. Oh,
wow. That almost went in. He dropped that on a dime. Blind spike hyzer. Really good intuition there from Anneli.
Laura with a solid putt, saving par. As we take another look, she gets the pretty good replay. Catching on the left side, low enough to find the inside of the basket, sits it down nicely.
Yeah, pretty good putt. Yeah, par's a pretty good score on this one. There weren't any birdies. It's averaging 4.54. Sixth most difficult on the course.
Confident putt.
Putt.
I'd say that was pretty good as well.
Yep. Only with a tap in par after that really nice approach. Almost slammed it in. Great course for a groovy Zuka card, isn't it?
Great course to keep it easy. Roll on by. Hole 15, par 4, 201 meters. You have a big drive off the tee. These left flags indicating OB. On the right as well, beyond the tree line, a small river. A really good placement to try and enter the green is over this walking path that then gives you sight of the basket and a straight shot. Anything to the right of the fairway or short of the gap will need a big forehand or turnover backhand to try and shape. You really want to play it on this left side of the fairway to open up the gap, allowing you a good look up to this green where you have OB long just beyond that small bridge you see.
Yeah, this one runs parallel to hole 14, and it's kind of the opposite, really. It's like you want the big shot off the tee, and then a little bit more of a placement up approach there for the second.
Heidi, I believe, getting this salt in play, a really nice soft Anheuser release, trusting the overstability to fight back to that left side. And this needs to turn.
That's long gone. This came out a little bit early, I think. This one averaging 4.85. So another difficult par 4 for the FPO field. Fifth most difficult, this one. Laura throws these nice low straight shots really well.
Not allowing any interference from the wind. A nice camaraderie there between the two Finnish players on this card.
Kaire is actually from Estonia. To make that correction.
Apologies. Yeah, I saw that flag down there, but I believe you are correct.
Yeah, for sure. But great camaraderie nonetheless. Heidi's a really friendly, social player. Great card mate. Great role model. Not just a good player, but always in a good mood and very uplifting spirit. And I think Kaire is maybe battling with some nerves. I'm not sure he's been on the live coverage that much, so.
When all eyes are watching, it can be difficult to perform at your best. Two forehand approaches getting caught in the early right side. They will be dropped still about 50 to 60 meters from the basket. Anneli, she has shown a great command of the forehand. We'll see if she makes the adjustment. Nicely done. She clears that, and she will have a deep circle to look up to the basket. All smiles.
Yeah, she's another player that seems to be having a good time out there all the time. And nice to see her and Heidi battle it out.
Oh. Aggressive upshot from Heidi. Wow. Sits it down really quick as well.
Looked like it was tracking for the eagle.
Looks like a slammer approach for Kaire. Anneli with the long birdie bid, unable to translate. Short tap in par.
Laura is a super solid putter. Even in the wind, she's able to get that in from about 6-7 meters at least. Never really had a chance on that one. Maybe was hoping the headwind would lift it a little more. But yeah, Heidi's gonna have to settle for par after nearly ringing it up for eagle. Still got a one-stroke lead.
3 holes left to go. We are here at hole 16. 171 meter par 4. You have this initial tunnel shot to contend with these low ceiling branches of these guardian trees about 100 meters up. If you can beat them off your drive, you're in an absolutely great spot. You then have 2 options to try and attack this green. On the right side where this drone is flying along this OB line, everything walking path to the right is the fairway of 17, and anything left of the basket meets that small river, which is OB in all holes. Really beautiful hole, likely my favorite. Can be played with backhand, forehand, straight shots, flexes, hyzers, spike hyzers, jump putts. You can do it all.
Right here on hole 16. Oh, Oh, kisses off the tree. That's way up there. Then hits the bench as well, maybe, but it's right on the road. Prime time.
Absolutely, that's really good. She'll have just 50 or so meters up to the green.
Yeah, Heidi has absolute upper echelon distance in the FPO field.
We'll see what Anneli can shape in this fairway. Looked a little bit low out of the hand. I think just a straight shot finding the ground. And Kaire as well.
She wanted to carry it.
Pretty low and not a ton of distance there, but this one, you don't need that much off the tee to still attack it for the birdie, but that ends up short and behind some very thick trees. Still having a good time though.
Anneli playing that forehand approach, a soft flex with an overstable disc. She's right outside circle 2. She'll have a short approach there remaining to save par.
Nice heading for those trees. Oh, she got through them. That's pretty rare. Those are really thick.
Yeah, and a friendly result. She'll have a jump putt. This is a prime time position off the tee. The forehand coming out just a little bit low. Looks like a tailwind. Shout out to Ben from MDG, doing hard work on the course.
Great guy.
Did you see that funky little pine cone skip?
I missed that.
Hit a rock or twig or something there on the ground. A little bit of a flare away from the basket. Kaire hanging it a little bit too wide. She goes OB into that river. She'll have a long putt on the way back.
She was in a tough spot behind those trees. Tried to get creative with the forehand, but it didn't come out too clean. Laura's jump putt, not quite on point, but it's close anyway.
And she fades out with a bit of nose up. This is absolutely a tester now.
Oh, heavy change, but not in. Yeah, this one averaging 4.38, right in the middle, as far as difficulty goes. We did have birdies. Tinja Väisänen again and Jenny Karppinen, both getting that 3. I feel like Tinja's gotten every one that's quite difficult. Having a good day there, a moving day. Trying to get herself on the lead card for tomorrow.
This is hole 17, a 139-meter par 3 that is ever so softly downhill. You have OB on those white stakes on the left, the fairway of the previous hole, as well as OB right over the plants. You have a late gap that you want to hit as you try to crest through here down the hill. You have a beautifully tucked in guarded green with an OB hill right behind. At the bottom of that, few meters behind the basket, you have another OB line, leaving you an edge of circle putt back if you go long.
Very difficult par 3. See if Heidi can get anywhere close. Right there in the middle. Good shot. This one brought to you by Disc Golf Stream, where you can watch all the European Pro Tour events live, as well as the European Championships coming up from Estonia mid-August. 4 rounds from that event, all live. MPO, FPO separate streams.
Sounds like a great time. Worth enjoying that coverage if you can.
Yeah, you can see it free final round every time on YouTube, and subscribe to see earlier rounds.
Anneli is beginning to fade towards OB, but sits it down nicely. This grass is a little bit thicker than most of it on the field in this course on the fairways. Not too many huge skips on this one. Also, I think that contributes to why we don't see many rollers here, given the distance. Oh.
That hit the OB's stake. Kicked way left. Those stakes are built well here. Launch the disc right back into the fairway.
Yeah, she has about 70 meters here. And picture perfect. Great upshot.
Brilliant forehand. Tactic approach from Anneli, and puts it right on point. Well inside the bullseye ring.
And she's still battling with Heidi for that leader position. Laura, a rare misfire on the upshot. This is Heidi with a long birdie look. Jump putt approach, and she's right outside bullseye. Laura needing to straddle this awkward stance, gets crushed by the tailwind. She'll have a short tap in. That's a really tough distance to run given the OB right behind the basket.
Yeah, and with that drop off, doesn't take much. Pretty much guaranteed to go OB if it heads over the crest of that hill, that downward slope.
But a 3 is a great score given how tricky this distance is. Not very many 2s, and if you just keep 2 shots center of the fairway, the 3 is pretty findable.
Yeah, no 2s in the FPO field, and 54% getting par, so that's pretty good. Par's a good score.
No doubt. To close out our round here, hole 18, par 3, 103 meters. This is a steep uphill shot back towards Tournament Central. You want to throw a long straight shot that battles through this late gap, landing at this very, very steep green. A lot of rollaways here on both the approach shot and the putts. It can be very quick if you catch anything but chains rather, any metal that isn't the chains, and you will find yourself back at the bottom, filtering to that sweet spot. Really nice hole to end it out. If you have any frustrations, you can let them out here on the drive.
Yeah, much more uphill than it looks on camera, and then a very unique green, really steep slope. Quite a dramatic finishing hole in a lot of ways. Okay, trying to hold on to that 1-stroke lead. This looks pretty overturned, though. I don't think that's going to stay in bounds. No.
She's getting claps, but that is I think OB, unfortunately.
I think those claps might have been for the tee shots coming on hole 1, maybe. I'm hoping. Otherwise, the gallery is just way too enthusiastic about everything.
Look, it was huge distance, but opens the door for Anneli to try and find a stroke now as she puts herself in the fairway. Great spot to be.
It's held a bit too straight, but it's actually in great position, yeah. Didn't go so far that it got stuck in those bushes.
Laura's shown a great command of the short game. She goes for that distance shot. She ends up on the right side of the fairway, meaning she has a great view into that open gap. We'll see how close she can stick this one. A nice hyzer run, looking like a soft disc, grabbed the earth and sat right down.
Yeah, great upshot. Heidi, after going OB, wants to get this close to save the bogey. That'll do.
I think she wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, probably. This one seemed to be just a little bit out of reach for the FPO field. We didn't get any shots inside circle 2.
An example of the rollaway there for Anneli. A great upshot here. You really need something that matches the slope of the hill, an Anheuser putt or backhand. Anneli from downtown. She finds it to save the par. What perseverance after the rollaway.
Yeah, great highlight putt to finish the round. He is stoked. That's to tie it back up. Definitely a pretty good putt. Full extension. This is a little bit uphill. Right on the money. High five from her fellow countrywoman. And big smile. Yeah, that was a great shot. 80 in for the bogey, and we'll have a tie game heading into final round.
Fireworks here on 18. Laura securing that short putt for her par as well. And Kaire looking for a safe 3-2.
Yeah, 3.85 average. Fourth most difficult hole for the FPO field here.
Second round is in the books. Our FPO field continues to battle it out as we take a look at the top 10 standings. Tied in first, Heidi, Laine and Anneli Tougjas-Männiste at 4 over par. Incredible battle. Third place also tied up between Tinja and Laura. Kaire in 5th place. Players tied for 6th. Really exciting 18. Andrew, thank you for joining.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Pleasure as always. Really enjoyed it. We got a 9-stroke separation between the top leaders and the 3rd place, but great battle for podium as well. See you back here for the final round.